Welcome to District Criminal Court. During this short video, you will hear about the mediation of District Criminal Court cases.
I'm sensing a little bit of different energies in the room. In just a few moments, we'll have a chance to address that.
Mediation is a great process. It saves lots of heartache on part of the participants because ultimately it allows them to get through whatever it is that they're going through and reach a settlement and get on with their lives.
In mediation, the individuals who are closest to the dispute had the opportunity to have the outcome that they want, that they created, versus one that's handed down to them.
Mediation is obviously less expensive and less time-consuming than going to court.
And so I think it's a win-win situation for everybody involved. Our mediation program works a lot of wonders, and it's really cut down on the caseload that we have to do in criminal court.
The mediators are people from our local dispute settlement center. They're neutral third parties and they come in. A lot of times it's volunteer work and just come in and help us run the court system and keep us efficient.
The overall role of the mediator is to facilitate the conversation. What we do when we come into a room is that we have both parties have a conversation. We ask certain questions so that they will open up and so that they will talk about the situation, but we also let them guide the process and we let them come up with the decisions as to where they want to go with it and what they want in the resolution.
If you have documents, photographs, or anything like that that you think are important to your case and that should be considered in the mediation, you are allowed to bring those into the mediation room and use those during the discussion.
Sometimes we mediate with one mediator and sometimes there are two.
When I mediate, I like the fact that I'm giving parties the opportunity to come together in a room, and they actually are given the opportunity to be heard. And I really feel like that's most important to most people. They feel like that others don't hear them.
Can you think of any ways that that situation could be resolved?
It's less about who's right and who's wrong, or who may be wrong, or winning or losing, rather about continuation or maybe even for the first time having some dialogue and discussion about what's bothering them, what are their concerns.
I'm scared that she's going to hurt me. What she's said that she's going to.
I think some of the barriers to the mediation process include that sometimes people have a legitimate reason to not like the other person or not trust the other person.
And I'm tired of it.
Sometimes individuals are very caught in what they're feeling, and mediation allows them the opportunity to work through and process and express those feelings, those concerns, that lack of trust to the other party, and have the opportunity to see if they can move on and reach a resolution.
You're able to try to resolve the case yourself without having this third-party stranger, which is a judge like me, to make the decision.
So the mediation will go on for as long as the parties feel like it's necessary until the parties reach their own conclusion.
All right, what are we doing with this case? If mediation doesn't work, we basically put it back on the calendar and set it for a trial day where the parties can actually have a criminal trial before a district court judge.
No matter how good you think your case may be, a judge may not see it that way.
And I think there's more satisfaction that's reached than having actually take it to court. Because if you go to court, there's always going to be someone that's not happy.
And also, there are certain times in court where different underlying and contextual issues aren't addressed, but in mediation they can be.
In general, at the end of a successful mediation, most parties leave the room happy. They are usually satisfied with the agreement because they realize that they both got something in the agreement that they really needed.
And if you reach a resolution to your case, there would be an agreement that's signed, and then if that is signed, then the mediator would report back to the district attorney telling them that the case has been successfully mediated. And that is all the information that needs to be provided and would be provided. I honestly believe that mediation is one of the best forms of resolving disputes that we have.
I let them know that mediation is an opportunity for them to build a win-win. In court, there's a winner and there's a loser, and if they try mediation, they have an opportunity to walk out both as winners.
From what I see in court, they love it. Plus, it results in a dismissal of the charges.
I can't think of any reason why I would not want to mediate a case if I were a party.